off, all right? Most responsible for our slow 1-5 start. Is it coaching, players, or injuries? Where are you going on this, sir?
It might shock you.
Okay.
But I'm going to go players as the starter here. I think at the end of the day, you have to hold accountable the players that are on the court. And I'm not like putting a ton of blame on them because they're learning how to play together. So there's learning curve that I'm ready to accept. But I feel like that's the number one thing, because if more of these shots are going down, we're in or winning more of these games in this stretch because we were close on a lot of them.
Okay.
But,
makes sense. I'm with you on that.
That's why I would definitely put them number one. At number two, I'm got to go coaching.
Okay.
Because I feel like some of the lineups I've seen on the court at some point are a little whack.
All right.
And I understand Mosley's just trying to figure out what he's got for a group and who plays well together. And so I get that there's a learning curve there too. So I'm also pretty chill about it. And on the bench, I've got injuries. I'm not going to be that guy that stands here and says, oh, we can't beat this team because, we're missing 4 rotational players and 2 potential starters. That's an excuse a lot of teams in the league can use almost every game. There's somebody missing. So I'm not going to put that first. I got to put the onus on the players who are in these games, except for a few shots. So that's the way I go.
Well, I'll be that guy then, Pich. I will be that guy. My starter is our injuries as most responsible for our slow start. What are you thinking, Pich? Last year, we led the league with 446 man games lost from 17 players. The next closest team was Brooklyn. They had 110 less missed man played games. 110 less. And this year, we're already leading the league again with 30 man games lost, leading the second best team, the Grizzlies, by 11 games. Yes, I'll take a tissue, you bastard.
Crying and excuses.
Whatever.
A usual New England fan with their excuses. Not coming with the excuses.
It might be an excuse, but it's a legitimate excuse, man. I mean, we're missing key guys. And so, that's going to be the biggest reason. I think if we have Markelle Fultz and even Gary Harris, not even Jonathan Isaac, in our rotation, we're coming out of these first 5 games, not 1-4, but probably more like 3-2.
I'm beginning to wonder if the more mythical creature is the unicorn or the Jonathan Isaac playing. Didn't Franz Wagner just pass him the other day for most points scored?
Yes.
Like
he is reaching like mythic proportions in terms of what we think, and hope he's going to bring to the team.
It's like the legend of Loch Ness. Like someone saw it a long time ago, and then they just have to tell other people about it.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
They saw a snake a long time ago in the water, and it's grown to be a sea monster by now.
Yeah, I'll believe when I see it.
All right, on my as my backup, I'm having the players. All right, we're shooting like dog shit. It's not really no one. It's no one but the players doing that. So I'm going to talk a lot about that later. But they are my backup, and on my bench, Pich, is coaching. All right, I've heard a lot out there, people bemoaning Coach Mosley and saying, what are you doing? I'm putting the blame on Mose. And I'm not ready for that. I hear what you're saying about the rotations, Pich, but I'm thinking about it from his perspective. He probably had a really solid plan moving into the year with his rotations, and they got blew up like 2 weeks into the season. Right? Gary Harris goes down. Markelle goes down. Then Moritz catches an ankle at the end of the preseason. Those were 3 guys that were going to be in his rotations. Now I got to figure it all out again. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I've got 3 key pieces coming in Caleb Houston, Bol, who no one saw coming, and I'm sure Mo's probably had a better idea, but maybe didn't know how good he was going to be. And, of course, Paolo Banchero. And did we know how good Paolo Banchero is going to be? And it's clear right now he is our guy. So maybe he didn't quite see that so fast. So it's a gargantuan task that we're asking Mosley to do. And what I have seen from Coach Mosley, even though there have been, some times where we scratch our heads with the lineups. I remember we saw like a lineup with Caleb, Bol, Bamba, Chuma, and Ross.
What about playing zone for like 5 or 6 possessions in a row?
Yeah, I don't love it. And I was critical of that move and that lineup, but maybe Mosley saw something coming with Bol that I didn't know, putting him in that lineup. And we were talking about where's the scoring going to come from? Maybe it was coming from Bol. But anyways, I'm not going to be too hard on Coach Mosley. He is trying to lead by example. He's stepping up the intensity on the sideline. I'm not sure if you all have noticed this, but I have, hearing screaming on the sideline
Loud.
for pretty much the entire game. The last game, not the Knicks game. What was the one thereafter? The one that we live streamed. Anyways,
Cavs.
the Cavs game. He was yelling the entire freaking game. I don't know. I don't think he had a voice the next day, but that shows me he's leading by example. He's trying to show these young men what stepping up the intensity looks like, and it starts with him. The buck stops with him. I still believe in his leadership.
Sure.
I still think that he can continue to learn the philosophies and create an offense that makes sense and bring these guys together. So coaching is on my bench.
Okay.
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What's your starter, backup, and bench for what's most responsible for this season's slow start? Is it our coaching, our players, or our injuries?
Yeah, it's obviously kind of a negative connotation, but I mean, they're all part of the team to a certain degree. I feel like the injury guys, they're not part of the team. So that's why I did mine the way I did. But,
Okay.
you know, we both had legit takes either way. And I'm totally fine with him, with coaching, getting that pass.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of stuff to work out here.
Right.
And you made some great points about that. So, like, I don't blame him. But I think his fire that you hear on the sideline is he's feeling the pressure. To
Everyone
get some
is.
dubs.
Yep.
He doesn't want these new guys on the team to start getting that
Questioning.
loss mentality
Yeah.
that kind of started to get over our team last year. So he wants to avoid that. And I get that, but it's good that he's picking up that intensity. I love that.